Hey guys, what is up? We're back today with another video, and today is going to be a little bit different. Instead of a drawing video, we're going to have a reaction video of me reacting to my really old work, even before university, before high school or secondary school, and before any of my examinations like A-levels and GCSEs. So we're going to look back to a point where I was drawing just for the fun of it, just for myself, just kind of what I wanted to improve on. Today, I have a whole folder's worth, and I have a little plastic sleeve worth of some artwork, which you're getting a sneak peek of right now. We're not gonna go through all of it. We might make like maybe a part 1, part 2, but I'll just pick like a few out to look at and we can discuss them, see what I like about my old art and what I think I could improve. I will say this was probably the funnest time, apart from maybe right now in my like artistic journey, because I was watching a crap ton of anime. That was where I was at. So a lot of my work is very manga related, and you can kind of see the foundations of where my style was and what I was thinking about and where the creativity was. For now, let's just pick a few pieces and let's get to the video. Let's do chronologically. We'll start with this. As soon as we open up, we have a piece from 2009. Now in 2009, in March, how old? I was not even 9, I was 8 years old. So as you can see here, I did a sketch of a character called Shade from Sonic. Now, it wasn't just anime that I was obsessed with, I was just obsessed with all things TV. So in Britain, we had channels like Jetix, which were massive. But damn, that's an even worse picture, Jesus. That must have been my first attempt, my first thumbnail. Jesus, okay. Damn, Shade's making me thirsty. No, that was my first thumbnail, and then I went into sketching a bit better. And I remember drawing this in class, actually. I remember being in school, because you can see all my little doodles. And that's something you'll see a lot in my previous work, is that I doodle so much in all my books. I used to get in trouble for it all the time. Like, teachers used to hate me for it. To be fair, I used to get my mum to have a go at them, to leave me alone. I used to concentrate a lot better sketching in classes. Oh my, get back in the folder, you snake. To be fair, I don't even make art that I can put into folders anymore. I wish it would be such easy story. Ooh. Now this was one of my favorite series that I did. So I used to be signed up to DeviantArt, and if anyone remembers DeviantArt, I guess DeviantArt is still actually used, but it's like a lot more professional and nice. Back in the day, DeviantArt was an interesting place to be on. It was all like fan art of fandoms and stuff, you know, and it was this sort of style of like people just realizing manga exists and drawing. It was really popular to do like your own style realizations of like Pokemon and characters from different shows, so I thought I would take my hand at it as well, and I did a sort of mini Pokemon series where I did Moltres, Zapdos, Victini, and Celebi. Now, to be honest, I don't know why I picked to draw them because they were not even my faves, but Zapdos and Moltres I loved. Like, the first game that I actually had bought for me to play was Soul Silver, which honestly I to this day think is one of the best Pokemon games. Or at least maybe that's an unpopular opinion, I don't know, but I'm gonna stick to it. It was my first Pokemon game, so I have nostalgia for it. Yeah, I went through like a phase of just humanizing the characters. Again, a very popular thing to do in the 2010s. You know, like maybe for an 11-year-old this is not too bad. I don't know, I'm really bad at judging if this is good for that age. Yeah, I was kind of grasping at figuring out a style. I had that very like 90s anime aesthetic. Again, it's not good. I'm not saying it was anywhere good like that. I'm just saying my inspiration did come from those like early 90s styles where it was super big eyes. Yeah, see, and then this was, well, this was only one day later, man. I was drawing a lot back then. Jesus, I need to get back to this. I drew all these 2 pages in one day. I can barely get a piece out in a week these days. I need to get this productivity back. To be fair though, back then, I was just drawing because I loved it. Like, all I did was draw. But this is actually probably my favorite one out of all of them. Like, Zekrom, hello. Wait, but at this point, didn't Black and White come out? I must be tripping, because I think I must have drawn these when Black and White came out. I'll have to look it up. I really don't remember when these games were coming out. My pencil skills were not amazing at this point. Very patchy. I only got like the brown and the black down, but I think those colors are always quite easy to get down properly. Again, you know, I would redo this now, see how my style has improved. Maybe even focify it, because that's just what I'm about these days. Actually, put down in the comments, would you be interested in seeing me do like Ukrainifying Pokemon characters, so like giving them clothing that would be more Ukrainian ethno. I think that would be a fun idea for all the Ukrainian weebs out there hitting that specific anime demographic. Now moving on, this is when I was obsessed with chibis. Like, oh my god, did I go through a freaking phase of chibi. I used to watch, this is exposing like every kid who did like YouTube tutorials to learn how to draw, but there was this guy, he still uploads, maybe not onto YouTube, I don't know, I haven't checked his channel in ages, but definitely onto Facebook. His name is Mark Crilly, and he was so good, like back in those early days. He would post these amazing how to draw chibi, how to draw anime, like how to draw stuff. He had a very specific like good style, and he was so good at teaching too. A lot of his videos were very, not niche, but he hit a lot of those marks that early kids in their art life want to learn. And especially when you're obsessed with anime, like he was just hitting those beats. I love the guy. I used to watch him religiously. And so I always watched his chibi videos, and I would always apply it to like my ships. And again, highly unpopular opinion, but Sasuke and Sakura were a ship of mine back in the day. Not anymore. Not anymore. Like, they are not a good ship, okay? If you ship Sasuke and Sakura, I'm sorry. But it was just, it's not meant to be. The guy don't love her. That's all I gotta say. Naruto and Hinata, much better of a ship. But I'm sorry for the cringy text. Like, oh god, Lord have mercy, I hate it. Sasuke just walking by. Sakura in her home. Chores clothes? Bro, I grew up in the UK. I don't know why my English was bad. Sakura in home chores clothes. Homeware, pajamas maybe, I don't know, like why do I have to fall when Sasuke's here? Do I have to catch another on purpose girl fall? Then again, she doesn't look like she's playing. Like what? I hate it, Lord have mercy. Oh look, I don't know why I separated these, probably because I did it by date. Did I draw that in the same day as well? No, wait, this was way earlier. Whoever did this booklet, not chronologically ordering this, not happy. It's whack. We have a Reshiram. Should have put them next to each other, like they would have been a good pairing. And look, I like made them specifically to connect. I'm disappointed in myself, high key. See, this is what I meant. Chibis. This is definitely a Mark Crilly chibi lesson that I copied 100%. Don't know why the hell I was obsessed with Sakura though, like, she wasn't even my fave. Like, why was I drawing her? Sasuke wasn't even my favorite either. Naruto was. And Minato and Kakashi. Like, why? Jiraiya. Like, to be fair. This is probably a school. I'm gonna preemptively open this up. Only because... So this, I don't think is Pokemon related, but... Like, really, where I was like... character in the center, doing a fit, figuring out my OC in the Naruto world. Definitely aesthetic of like maybe Naruto. Should I do a Winx persona? That'd be so fun. You're just figuring out OCs, trying to put characters into the world that I loved. Again, pretty good. I think for an 11-year-old, like, I'll take it. Is it the best thing an 11-year-olds have drawn? Probably not. Is it still good? I'll take it. Especially because I don't draw. 2012s, where I am 11 and will be turning 12. This is a special piece because, I mean, you know, before this, I only used to have like pencils and watercolors and stuff. And I was using like pro marker. Copic were massive, and I guess still are massive, but they were huge during that sort of manga like drawing phase. And I remember watching these videos and being like, oh my god, I alcohol markers and be able to use them and draw. And I must have told my mum, and art equipment is a little bit expensive and the most well off. And I remember my mum taking me to like Hobbycraft for the first time and getting me like a pack of my first ever pro markers, because Copics were expensive, like we could not afford Copics. I got Copics way later. But pro markers were, you know, the closest thing. And I mean, pro markers are still really, really good. So I would not have a crap ton of money on like Copics. There are other brands that are just as good. The only thing that Copic really, not the most amazing piece of art in this world, but I was just so like freaking finally have markers. Like this was where I could finally look at tutorials markers because I had never used them before. So this for me is a really, really big step in my journey. But learn with mistakes. You know, you learn how markers bleed and how they pick up like color, because I outlined with a water, I guess a sharp. So my line was all over the place. The stage where I redrew my Pokemon collection. So if we look back to the front, and that's the model that came after. Now, if I know improving, and there are definitely aspects to this that improved and look way better, but there are aspects I also really don't like. Like I feel the line of the dress here, way cool. I had pans going on, the hair was cool, like it was sticking out. It has more of the character in it. Ain't the right color. The dress and the skirt are a bit plain. Like obviously I was learning how tools and stuff, which was, you know, which is a big step, like to learn how clothing sits in the body, but and I would have preferred that design, to be honest. I think the hair should have continued to be spiky. It could have sat like wavy tone. Of the face here look much nicer than here. I think the eyes are like big for the face, and the blush is strong. Then look, the hands are like way better. And you know, hands for every artist is a pain. We really do. But the leg, the positioning, I use that foot. Once I learned how to do that, that was game over. I was like, this is the position I use every time. This was pretty cool. This is again my OC. So going on with the mesh. And I was really about like trying to figure out and have my own language, because I was also very obsessed with the movie Atlantis. And to this day, one of the movies, I don't know why it did so bad. Character design, everything amazing in that movie. Animation, it's like a really unique storyline in usual like villain arc. It had a very good villain. Watch Atlantis is a freaking good movie here, but she looked like a very. This was my first time profile, and you can tell it was my that. I was trying to figure out what the hell the body be doing. The background thing, I will not lie, all my life been a bit of a struggle. Like it doesn't to do background. But I was looking at, you know, shape and dynamics, but it's not a very dynamic, it's a dynamic which doesn't look dynamic because obviously I was learning how to do it. So it's missing a lot of the movement to make it look like it's actually moving, even with the background speed lines. But I get that 11 too hard. But now let's Victini. Okay, this is the second. Compared to faces of this era, I think I'm a different anime and decided to change my style, but I am not here for these eyes and this heavy blush with the XX. I don't even hatching for blushing. Anime never had cross hatching, they had like the zigs. But again, gotta get it is due. The outfit kept more time. Again, I should have kept the, like, what was I doing? Why was I removing like really nice aspects of the design? But overall, the way I drew fabric, the way it flows and the color looks a lot better. And I think the boots, again, really big improvement. But I would have kept maybe the more yellow. I would have kept the black belt. I think it would have looked a lot nicer. But I know why I keep substituting yellows for this like cream tone. And that's because I think in my pack I didn't actually have yellow. And I didn't use pencils to correct it. So I think I was making do with what colors I had, but when I would have preferred to keep the yellow. So again, maybe you. Now we're moving on to Celebi. So again, let's have a reminder. This is the original, is what came after, and honestly, this one sucks. This sucks, but again, this is me trying to figure out like different poses, proportions, and understanding how the body moves. Sorting myself too much, but it looks terrible. Like, Jesus Christ. To thank my mum for like, but not like defeating my art, because she did a really good job, and I guess I did again for 12, probably very good, but looking back, Lord have mercy, this is awful. But posing here is literally the same. Like, the characters are standing upright, the hand here is literally in the same position, and I'm clearly hiding a hand to not have to draw it. Artists are different, and I actually drew 2 hands here, but one of the hands is like hidden by a gem thing, so I had a little bit of an escape if it came out ugly. I'll give myself that. I don't know why the line, which should be in the middle, is on the side. That's just me messing up on my, you know, that's fine. We can live with it. Again, face, like I did in, to be smaller, and the mouth and the nose need to have a bit of a separation. But I think, again, art style, where that was a thing, like when it was a side profile, they would just cut it straight. But it looked better, did it? Because, you know, they had an artistic flair, just trying to imitate it. But it was for me to learn. The original Zapdos, and this is the Zapdos that I ended up redrawing. This is a lot better. I much prefer, the eyes are smaller, face. For once, I'm using an expression that's not like, well, you know, anime had that really, like, they still character lines to the face when they're like dreading something or angry or upset. Don't know why I did it blue and it looks like she got punched in the eyeball. Not an aesthetic at all. Also, I hope I purposely misspelled idiot so I wouldn't get in trouble, like idiot. No, I think I just spelled it wrong. Very long time. And I still suck at it. So this idea of like comic styling, because I think at this point I decided for myself that I was going to be a mangaka, that I was going to go to Japan and for my life. Don't know how the hell I was going to do it, but that was the goal. And so let's characteristically, I prefer this pointed head again. I think it gives the character amazing vocabulary, absolutely stunning. But yeah, top just isn't doing it for me. Hand into her hair. Don't know what is going on, where is it? But it's still too big for the body. How orange the dress is, I did prefer this color scheme. Like this yellowy orange was much nicer. Ruffles and stuff, like, much better. The overall design was nicer here than it was here. And again, learning color. Now this, okay, this is probably going to be the last thing that we look at today. Favorite panel for age. My mum loved this piece, like these pieces, so much. So I was just going through, obviously my OC, the main character, clearly the chosen one, main character syndrome, obviously. I think was like based on a friend, because I did have a friend called Apid One, because that'd be me. One, Eclipse Art One, Dawn the Kin, Rosette. Okay, again, spelling is terrible. I put tactical with a K, a CK. Not just one. One, she looks more like the tactical one, so I don't know what was going on in my brain at that moment, but whatever. I'm not going to judge myself. They, like, I think I'm quite proud of this piece. As a 12-year-old, it kind of bangs, except for this one. Why does her face look like that? Her skull is doing very flat head, like she got dropped. This is not as fleshed out, I think, because the boy character from Red, I didn't much. I love the way that the girls had no surnames. The girls were just like, what you be doing, you tactical, you cute, you the medical one. But then we get to the boys and it's like, so you just get the name, your first name and your surname. So that's, I will admit it, I was making up some names, guys, okay? Today we're going to leave it on this double character spreadsheet. Thank you for on this fun little look back of me and 11 and what I was drawing. As you can see, anime inspired, very much like took it from. It's a bit seeing how much work I produced like on a day. It makes me like that I'm gonna produce this much artwork again. But I just started pieces now, which hopefully I will have finished and I will be able to show you guys the process of how I did it. Because I'm actually really proud of projects that I'm working on. Please do follow me on Instagram. I do post onto my story the small snippets of like how it's going. But yeah, if you've liked the video, please subscribe, leave a like, click the bell notification, share it with your friends and family, leave a comment, tell me if you want to see more of this, because honestly I had fun looking through this and I would definitely love to do a part 2. But yeah, so thank you very much. See you guys next time.